one consideration is to reduce the cost of operation. The only issue is, again, the technical issue. If that items will be addressed, I think there's a big chance to go into that innovation.
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to be here today with our next speaker and user, Mr. Wilfredo Salazar from Frabelle Cold Storage. We will have time to go not only through the details of the operations of Frabelle Cold Storage, but also on very important statistics on the whole cold chain and cold storage in Philippines. There will be information about interesting comparison when it comes to different systems used. So thank you very much again for joining us today, Willie, and looking forward to your presentation. Please carry on.
Hi everyone, Willie Salazar, Frabelle. I'm glad to be here. So before I go to my main topic, allow me to recap what I have presented in the 2019 Atmospheric Asia in Bangkok. And to begin with, this is the situation 2019, the aggregated capacity of cold storage in the Philippines, estimated 400 metric tons. This is based on CCI-Hub report during the same year general membership meeting. And my estimate for the year 2020, it is now at 500 metric tons level. New cold storages are now new operation in Taguig, Parañaque, Bulacan, and other areas. Also in June 2019, CCI-Hub conference, according to UAP, there's a industry growth of 12 to 15%, and comparing to the BOI cold chain roadmap, they're also saying that there will be a 10 to 15 growth year on cold storage. And for the interest of discussion related to refrigerant, I have to share that one operator is using a cascade system. And I have also to mention that the primary reason is on savings. Yes, of course, safety is important, but the decision of going into cascade is more on the reduction of operating costs. And here are the key points I have presented in the 2019 Bangkok conference. For the past 10 years, according to suppliers and contractors, cold storage operator still prefer to use ammonia compared to Freon and other refrigeration system. Because the operating cost of also, in my study, the operating cost of a cascade is 30% lower than ammonia system. But in terms of installation cost, the installation of CO2 ammonia cascade is 10% higher compared to the conventional ammonia. And I ran my own mathematics to construct a 200 metric tons, and these figures came out that Freon is cheaper initially, but in the long run, during the operation, it will be cost higher. So comparing cascade and ammonia and CO2, there's about 30% in higher construction costs. Also in 2019, I have mentioned that Philippines is second to the most expensive electric rate. But in this year, just in my recent review last month, we eased the Japan for having the most expensive. It's now 18.1 US cents per kilowatt hour, next to Japan of 17.9 US cents. Yes, Frabelle is interested to use uh, ammonia CO2 or new technology. However, because of the cost of higher cost of investment, especially with that cost, we're not able to put up additional backup system. Again, there's an issue on familiarity and expertise. Other than technical issue, of course, the service parts and maintenance expected to be higher by 30%. And this is the most challenging question on the higher management since ammonia and prion is anyway, we are fine with it. We're fine using it. So why change to natural refrigerant or to new technology? And on this slide, why I'm showing this because of course there's always an effect on the capex. Going to 2012 to 2019, it is noticeable that the construction costs significantly increased from 2012 to 2019 by 46%. That's an average of 6.5 per year. And from 2019 to 2020, there's another increase of 1,300 per pallet position. That is about 8% compared to 2019. Yes, of course, there will be saving in operating costs, but then again, the higher cost, the higher project is a major concern for Frabelle. Now presenting the current setup of Frabelle, we have now 15,000 metric tons pallet position, and we have 18,000 pallet position or metric tons of ongoing project in new construction. By next year, in our pipeline, we have another 5,000 metric tons to be constructed. We also have a 1,000 square meter of a multi-temp processing area, 17 tons blast freezer, 1,000 pallet position of dry and aircon storage. Now I'm showing you the mother company. Yes, Frabelle Cold Storage is into commercial operation for 20 years. But as far as refrigeration is concerned, Frabelle Fishing started as early as 1960s. Frabelle Fishing is our mother company into international deep sea fishing operating in Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, Vietnam, China, South Africa. Frabelle has 100 of boats, big and small, 25 of the fleet with onboard refrigeration system. 65% is using ammonia, 35% is using prion. Majority are using reciprocating or piston type compressors, mostly Mycom and Hasegawa. For freezing, we are using beer coal or brine system. As presented earlier, our near completion project, we have now our General Santos project is at 75% and expected to be completed by early second quarter of 2021. You can see also the construction costs. This is the actual picture. And in Nabotas, this is a 4,000 pallet position. Civil works at 50%. And again, the expected time completion is first quarter of 2021. And of course, again, the construction cost you will see on the bottom of the slide. We now go to the main topic, which is our situation during the pandemic. Cold storage as a part of logistic play an important role in serving, in distributing food. In the midst of the community quarantine, fear and risk is there, but logistic and cold storage continue to operate 24/7 to serve the food industry. There's a slow in demand from restaurant, hotel, institution of our clients because of the closing of grocery and markets and other commercial establishments. The above three reasons have brought an effect to the issue on port congestion as well. The clients were not able to pull out their containers in the port, or there are no cold storage spaces available. In effect, cargo vessels loaded were not able to unload their containers, and those dominate on the port congestion. Of course, the above that causes a high occupancy among cold storage operator, but it poses a good problem for us. But the problem is we're not able to accommodate and serve the other requirements of our clients. So we'll see there's a new trend in our clients. So because of the quarantine, they were not able to pull out their stock in our area. So the question is how they can bring their goods to their market, to their clients. So there's a trend now of storing their products in other areas. So this is a drive for us to set up also in other areas. So government now monitoring inventory level to balance the local and imported supply, and to allow more imports for the steady supply. On the downside, of course, this pandemic, this lockdown, this quarantine increase our expenses to comply with the providing PPE, providing transport, and also this problem goes to the contractors. And also this pandemic causes so much delay in our projects for almost 6 months. But then again, even businesses are so much affected, but for logistic and cold storage, this is foreseen a good time to expand. Yes, we are now into new normal, going to the next normal, and according to BOI, here are the growth factors. Food delivery spending going up. Convenience stores, consumers now prefer takeaway meals. Local food production is requiring cold chain, even small in quantity. E-commerce is going up. The consumer preference is just in time. And all these four trends above will require cold chain. The DA, NMIS, before and up to local LGU level are now into program and trimming the supply chain, putting value optimization to the products and crop selections. Looking at the data of NMIS comparing 2019 and 2020, I've seen an increase of 10 to 11%. And in this illustration, we will see the increase in pork, chicken, beef, and tuna, and other marine items. And now with this rapid development about vaccine, DTI appointed IATF have conducted inventories of cold storages determining the availability and capability to store vaccine. Vaccines are gradually moving closer to becoming available. So among CCAP members and cold storage operators, there's an interest and reservation to set up a facility. Question related to investment costs, economics, storage rate. It will be long period, if it is a long period or among others are to be determined. Nevertheless, as for Frabelle, we continue to move forward. Continue to expand, provide service and commitment. And here are our long-term projects to put cold storages in various regions and hoping to have more interest among contractors, suppliers participating in this conference. Again, Willie Salazar, glad to be here.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Billy, and thank you for very timely updates on the situation in the cold chain sector in the Philippines. I have a two follow-up questions for you before we move on to our coffee break. One is similar to what I asked also our previous speaker about the innovation in the business model. Do you believe there is a space or is an opportunity for the cooling as a service business model for the cold storage facilities?
Yes, of course, as I have mentioned, one consideration is to reduce the cost of operation. And the only issue is, again, the technical issue, the after sales, the familiarity of a technician, operators. If that items will be addressed, I think there's a big chance to go into that innovation.
Thank you. And in your presentation, you elaborated on the use of ammonia, which is a traditional solution, liquid overfeed ammonia. You talked about ammonia CO2 systems. What do you think about CO2 transcritical? Are there any plans? Do you believe that this will be realized next year or next years?
The problem with the higher management, the question is still go with that. We're fine with the conventional ammonia system, so it would be hard to justify why going to CO2 or other system if the conventional ammonia is doing fine and doing good. But of course, we do believe on the savings and safety issues that can be more addressed by the new system.